Here's how to delete overwhelm easily to reclaim your life. This is your invitation to transform your life with direction, intention, and purpose. Because the meaning of life is to give life a meaning. Can you hear said that? You're feeling stuck, right? Maybe you have been going around in never-ending circles, frustrated, feeling inadequate. That probably means things aren't how you want them to be. The less you get done, the more you seem to procrastinate, right? Because you see, you've been focusing on overwhelm, and that means feeling of nowhere has taken over. You see, your focus has been on what has not been happening, and put simply, what you focus on expands. How would life change if you found a clear way forward? There is a way to delete overwhelm and instantly have more balance in your day. If you had that, would life be easier? In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a better quality of life in just 8 weeks. Is that something that you would like to know more about? I'm going to tell you how you can get this later, but for now, if it's something that you want more of, just let me know. Send me your name in the little box on the side and I'll come back to you at the end of this call. Right now, I want to make a difference so that today things will shift. I'm going to promise you that by the end of this video, you will gain some secrets to amplify your achievement, and that is because you will have access to new ways of thinking. You will get the mindset of high achievers, and you will take away strategies that you can begin to implement right away to bust through stuck and amplify your performance in every area of life. Remember that change starts with you, but it doesn't start until you do. That's from Tom Ziegler, a great suggestion. So here is what we're going to cover. Together, we're going to excavate what drives you, to highlight your purpose, because when you unlock more meaning, life instantly gives you more energy to fulfill your passion. And when you have meaning, life gives you purpose. That sets you in motion. And because you move with positive intention, you magnify your self-esteem, blast through overwhelm to find commitment and focus. That makes you concentrate. It increases your contribution and your success will skyrocket to get the results in what matters most to you. If that is something that you have been trying to find, I'm going to give you the steps. We're going to take stock, discover who you are, what you need, and what simply gets in the way, because you want your life to be fulfilled and not just filled. We're going to put practical tools in your toolbox to get you unstuck. If you want that, then you must learn and implement effective strategies and use these tools to turn your life around, no matter if you are a mum at home, a working parent, an entrepreneur, or whether you are at a crossroads in life just looking for a better way. You are going to unpack the reason why your life is demanding a change from you. Now, if you're not quite sure that the time is right, I'm going to share with you some statistics that just might convince you. In Australia, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 8 men suffer depression. That's a pretty staggering statistic, and consider also that many never seek treatment, so they're not calculated in these statistics. In Australia, 1 million people currently suffer depression, and by the year 2020, depression will be the second highest killer, other than heart disease. 20% of people say that they're currently sad, despondent, hopeless, not coping, or depressed. And 15% of depressed people will commit suicide. 41% of women are too embarrassed to get help. That means they struggle at home. If things are difficult for mum and dad, things are difficult for children too. And it's not only families that feel the impact. The cost of workplace stress in Australia is 14.8 billion per annum. And globally, the fastest growing global population to be prescribed antidepressants is preschoolers, yes, little children treated for anxiety, for behavioral problems, for insomnia, and for distress. The rate of depression is increasing in children by 23% annually. Those sure are motivating figures, aren't they? So you might ask, why do I care? Well, my background is 30 years of working with families. I like things to happen, and if they don't happen, I like to make them happen. I like to help ordinary people step up to break out of their struggle and become extraordinary in every area of life. I'm a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. I didn't always have it together, but my whole life I've been driven to seek out the next best level of my personal growth, and I've always made a contribution. That has been in working with families. I've sought the necessary qualifications, been to university, and continued further study so that I can be informed to help people. I have always taken responsibility, you see, for my own personal growth. It's about self-improvement. It's about constantly working on to be the best person I believe I can be. And I believe that I have something of value to share with others because I want a better future for parents and for children. The bottom line is I have seen way too many families struggle. I've seen young people end their life even as young as 15 because they have had no way to get unstuck. And I have seen business people and working parents give up, misguidedly believing life is just too hard. And so I'm determined to give you this gift of being the best you can be so that your life is filled with purpose, so that it has meaning. You can say, I have lived with good intention. I created love and success. I made a difference. I decided to become a whole person. I tell you this because helping families has been a big part of my life. In addition to this series, you can find my blog at www.seethelighttransformation.com. I've written some ebooks too, Living on Purpose, Reinvent You with the Success Principle of High Achievers, and Multiply Your Time, both available on my website to make life easier. I run transformational coaching programs for individuals and for families, and I run this DIP program for business also. Put simply, DIP means finding direction, intention, and purpose, the opposite of which is FIP, and you wouldn't want to be there. That's frustration, inadequacy, and procrastination. Now, getting back to you, here is your first tool. You're going to find more energy to declutter your life, and you're going to begin by rewriting your personal profile using the most positive language that you can muster. No put downs here. So get yourself a piece of paper, get a drink and get settled for a while, and then begin to write down. Who are you really underneath the outside mask? Who lives inside you? What do you believe in? What is your destiny? How do you want to have more success, more happiness, and more fulfillment? And who do you want this for? What are you striving towards? Can I ask you, what has got in the way? How have you become overwhelmed? Now, let's take stock. That's the next thing to do. What have you been striving towards? On a scale of 1 to 10, how close to your best potential are you living right now? Where on the scale of 1 to 10 do you want to be? And what will take you up just 1 or 2 notches from where you are now? I'm going to ask you to write down some things to begin to take stock of your own situation. That's the next step. So to do that, ask yourself, what is happening right now that makes you feel like you need another direction in life? If you want to break through overwhelm, look at all the things you have on your to-do list. What can you cross off? First decide what jobs actually belong to someone else. Cross them off. What is out of your control? Cross that off. What can you delete or outsource? Cross that off. What no longer seems important to you? Cross that off. What was someone else's goal anyway? Cross that off. What's been on your list for more than 90 days and it's still not done? Cross that off or decide to outsource it now. What committees can you resign from? What groups can you let go of that no longer seem important? What household tasks can you reorganize, refine, or give to someone else to do? Now, looking at that list, you should have been able to cross off a whole lot of stuff there to free up your time. Now, what is happening right now that makes you feel like you need to change? Look back over the last 12 months. What tells you that you need another direction in life? What have you noticed with your kids, your relationship, your health, your finances, your business or career? What have you noticed in your home? What have you seen around you? What have you heard and what have you felt that tells you it's time for change? What have you noticed in your personal development or in your spirituality? Use this tool now and draw out 8 boxes. In each of those boxes, write down the areas of your kids, your relationship, your health, your emotional state, your finances, your career or business, your home, your spirituality, and your personal development. Then ask yourself the questions. What have you seen or noticed? Where are the signposts, the triggers that are demanding change in each area? What has been going on inside your head that has been telling you over the past 3 months that things must change or that they are no longer required? Write down all the key triggers for change in each box. Write down as much as you can about your current situation. These signposts, the hassles, the things that made you mad, sad or angry, the tough issues, these become your big reasons for change. Who have these issues impacted on? And how does that magnify your want for something better? Take a while to consider this and write down as much as you can in each of the boxes. They will give you clarity, and clarity is your way forward. It gives you leverage, the energy for the change. Then look and see, how have you used your time over the last 12 months? How has your energy been zapped? What has taken the puff out of your sails? Who or what has left you deflated or run your battery dry? What is happening inside your body? How is your breathing? How do you feel about your life right now? How are you sleeping? And how is your sex life? What I'm giving you is a way to check in with the signals that you may have missed when you have been crazy busy. Write all this down. When you write it down, you may feel, see, or hear the message differently. Can I ask you, are you trying to push your load uphill? That happens sometimes when you become stuck in someone else's idea of how you should live your life. Do you have your own goals, or are you living someone else's dream? Now look at the things that you need to do every day. Plan well, because if you plan to fail, you will fail. If you plan, you have much more opportunity in front of you for achieving what it is that you set out to do. So choose your priorities like this. Use this little table to work out what you need to stop, what you need to decline or postpone, the tasks that are not important and the tasks that are not urgent. Look at the tasks that are important but not urgent and use SMART goals to achieve these tasks. Often they are your bread and butter, or they become the routines. Tasks that are not urgent nor important, that's where you can reduce your involvement completely. And tasks that are important and urgent, you can use the 80-20 rule to decide on priorities and get things done. That means you ask yourself, which of the 20% of things I need to do will make 80% of difference to my day? It's just a matter of reframing your thinking. The choice is yours, how you spend your time. With that organized, consider this quote. Your life has purpose, your story is important, and your dreams count. Your voice matters. You were born to make an impact. So with that, write down 3 things that matter most to you. Which are the 3 most important priorities in your life? Now that should give you even more clarity. Think then, what if you could create your ideal average day? What if you could live like that? You could, couldn't you? If you had a map for understanding your needs and those you work with, then that would help you so that you could read anyone. If you had a map for understanding how you fit with or avoid conflict with other people, that would help, wouldn't it? So write down who you need to be understanding more. Where do you need to live more, love more, and make a more positive difference? How important is this to your happiness? Has anything you have tried in the past helped you to see your needs more clearly? Can I ask you, without shifting, to reinvent you? Where will you be in 6 months' time or 3 years from now? Can you see anything missing from your life? Write that down. What do the gaps in your life look like? You see, successful people find successful role models. Who do you know that can help you? What books can you read? Who can you use as a mentor? What is it that high achievers do differently from those who get stuck, burnt out, or become overwhelmed? What have they figured out? What patterns do they activate? And what's going on in their psychology that sets them apart and makes them extraordinary? With the right role models, you can have that too. See, successful people are energized, they're motivated, they tap into creativity, they are bold, excited about life, and futuristic because they have certain things. My 8-week course shows you how to create these things in your life with specific strategies, support, and with effective principles, so you will never be the same stuck person again. 8 weeks is long enough to change habits. In fact, you will learn tools that you can pass on to your spouse, your children, in your work and in your community. You will delete limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, and procrastination. The change starts with you, just like a ripple effect from a pool that travels outwards. Now, I want you to walk away with some very clear action items. So here are some take-home principles from the champion's mindset. These are the success principles of successful people. The first is that successful people make conscious decisions. They get what they focus on because they know their thoughts. They know their thoughts equal their reality, and what they focus on expands. This means they make different choices about what they want to think about, how they want to spend their time, where they want to commit their energy and effort. They move with a purpose in mind. The second mindset strategy of champions is that they are prepared to move out of their comfort zone. They find new possibilities and they create their own results. They do this because they have positive intention. Thirdly, they refuse to become prisoners of their past history, so they release unresourceful beliefs and they prune off what no longer serves them. They move with specific direction. Fourthly, they live above the line. They refuse to buy into drama, and they take 100% responsibility for the results they get, and also the results they do not get. They understand there is no such thing as failure because they use the feedback to raise to the next level of performance. And lastly, they choose their emotional state because they know to change your emotional state is one of the most powerful things, the fastest way and the most influential thing you can do to change your life. Changing your emotions starts with you. Did you know also that successful people have effective habits? They are organized, they are committed to a cause, and they are productive. They make plans, and they know to fail to plan is to plan to fail. They live by a set of standards and boundaries, and these are dictated by clear values. They make decisions quickly and easily because they know their values, they know what is important to them. Successful people are committed to their goals. They know what they want, and they are very clear about their outcomes. They know who they must be and what they must do to have the results they want. And this comes down to just 3 things. They have direction, intention, and purpose. And that's what we're talking about achieving for you. You may not be Richard Branson or Oprah Winfrey, but right now, your life is the one you have, and you can start today to create it differently. Change your thinking and you will change your actions, because change does not happen simply by chance. My 8-week program is designed to create the change you want. I call it DIP. It gives you the launch pad to reinvent you. You will replace frustration, inadequacy, and procrastination easily and quickly when you get direction, intention, and purpose. And that's where the DIP comes in. So let me tell you a little more about that. Here's my top tip. Use these words to inspire and motivate you. You see, direction is the role of a director. Be the director in your own life. A director controls the pace, the tempo, the intensity. Direction gives you the way forward. It gives you control over your outcome, just like a director controls a movie. And intention, well, that's your mental attitude. It's the attitude you use to follow through to get the end result you want. And when you have a purpose, you create meaning in your life. It enables you to live deliberately because purpose gives us our passion. We get energy and enthusiasm and authenticity from being very clear about our purpose. When we have purpose, we have clarity, and that affects the choices that we make every single day. So when I invite you to put yourself first. Some others have done this before you, and I'd like to share with you some of the things that they have said. I invite you to put yourself first, to commit to new levels of excellence in your life. It can be done because other clients have smashed through boundaries and broken through overwhelm. I've given you some examples here of 3 testimonials from different clients. You can read them. Lorena said, I felt strongly at ease to work with my coach, safe to express my ideas and thoughts. I have been fortunate to participate in such an amazing opportunity of growth and development. I found what is important to me by clarifying my values and core needs. In just 6 weeks, I was able to remove obstacles with the tools I learned. I changed personally, professionally, and within myself. You provided the insight I needed to re-energize my goals. The time I spent with Rosie was time I will never forget. She enables me to recognize my strengths and embrace my role as a leader. I now feel empowered to lead others to achieve their goals. And that was a testimonial that Lorena had sent to me. Here's another success story. 2 years ago, I worked with a man in my DIP program. He had lost his relationships. He wasn't working. He was drinking too much, and he was living with his mother. He felt pretty empty on the inside, and yet he was intelligent. He knew he was meant for better things. In this course, he became aware of his values. He really worked deeply on removing the confusion and becoming very clear about his beliefs of what he wanted for himself in life. He discovered what he was subconsciously moving away from. He spent some time looking at his limiting beliefs and his self-sabotaging behavior. That was the key to unlocking his self-defeating past. He pruned off unresourceful habits, he decluttered his life, and he reinvented himself sufficiently to set up his own business. And then there was Jules. Jules was a mum, a working parent. She had spent some time previously working with a psychologist, and yet with this 8-week course, she found incredible breakthrough. She said, "I would like further coaching for myself. I believe it would be extremely beneficial to my organisation also. I would say to Rosie that she was such a guiding light to know me, to know what I needed in such a short time. She was truly in tune with me and listened to every word I said. She came into my life just when I needed her, and I felt strongly at ease and had the highest level of support. I believe one would benefit more easily from these sessions than with a psychologist. I have shifted from an anxious past, developed new understanding of my behavior, and gained fabulous insight into parenting issues that were blocking what I most wanted for my family. I can now easily develop strong foundations and success principles." It was amazing to see Julie's clarity evolve over the weeks, and for her to line up her priorities one by one until she felt that her life was in line with her values, and that included her work life and her personal life too. So let me tell you how you too can change your life in just 8 weeks. You can turn things around so that you no longer feel the pain of stagnation. So here's what you get in the 8-week transformational program to blast overwhelm. You'll do this at home from the comfort of your couch and with the support from coaching through Skype, telephone, or sometimes one-to-one if that suits you. You will get a weekly webinar to propel you forward fast and easily from the comfort of your couch. You will unpack your ideal day. We'll spend time working out your values and beliefs to set up the renewed motivation to delete self-sabotage. We'll excavate your top 5 values and discover the hidden secrets that keep you backpedaling. With this, we'll instantly remove obstacles and limiting beliefs. Specifically, we'll examine each area of your life, trim off clutter, wasted time, optimize your priorities, and prune off what simply gets in the way. Together, we will make new commitments that drive you forward. You will write a mission statement, a 90-day action plan with SMART goals, and that will cement your commitment moving forward. We'll discover your energy type and your personality style so that you can communicate with those you love and those you need to work with. Using disc profiling, you will learn the 4 major energy styles, and that will give you the ability to understand and read anyone. That's an amazing tool to have for your family, for your relationships, or within your workplace. Now we will bring together your core needs, your energy style, your values, your goal, and set strategies so that life shifts quickly for you in the direction of your purpose and your passion. We'll magnify your happiness and success with a champion's mindset, and we'll work consistently over the 8 weeks on developing new thought patterns and new habits which help you to maintain your success. You will find this builds a new perspective on life. Then we will map out your personal success formula so that you get ongoing support. We'll find role models and local resources to support you. And then we'll write affirmations that you can use for a period of time, best 100 days, so that you can really instill new positive thoughts and beliefs. We will discover how meditation can remove sadness, anger, and resentment that has previously held you back. That is a beautiful gift, to let go of some of that emotional burdens you've carried. And then there's some bonuses for you also. Bonus 1 is working on how to multiply your time. Bonus 2 is using a DISC profile assessment for you and your partner with follow-up coaching of how you can use your energy styles to maximize the beauty and the connection within your relationship. And bonus 3 is looking at how you will manage your money more successfully. In 8 weeks, you will be better for you, better for your kids, better for your work, better for your partner, and better for your future. This is a wonderful program, and I really urge you to consider this more for yourself. You see, the change starts with you. For less than the cost of a big screen TV or a holiday to Bali, you can transform your life. Enrolling now, there are just 8 places available. This usually sells for $3,000, but now only $1,997. And yes, payment plans are available. Find out how, begin the journey, and talk to your coach. See if this is suitable for you. Here's wishing you every success and every happiness for your future. I'm Rosie Bell from the DIP program at See the Light. Wishing you well. Until we speak again, bye-bye.